Hello everybody, welcome to Real Magic Review. My name is Steve Faulkner and it's good to have you here. It's nice when everybody pops up and tells me what they're up to. I like it. Before we carry on with this, this is the Comments on Comments show. It's basically where I answer your comments that I've had over the week in a couple of the forums, well, in a forum and on the channel. So remember, if you comment, not necessarily on this bit, I want you to comment on this bit because I want to talk to you, but if you comment afterwards, I will reply to some of your questions on all the reviews, and that will nearly always be on 5 o'clock UK time on, what day is it? Thursday. Blimey. So, before we do this, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Have a look at onlinemagic.co. Learn from a pro, onlinemagic.co. And that pro is me, Stevie. So, there you go. Over 600 videos, live weekly sessions. Last week we did fourth dimensional telepathy, such a great routine. As I mentioned on the last video, it reminded me how good it is, isn't it? And relearning it made me want to kind of go out and do it again, as I have fairly recently. So have a look at that. So, onlinemagic.co, just to remind you. There are a couple of free courses which are in the area. What's that area called? The information area. In the information area, and there are some couple of free courses from Stevie as well. So have a look at that. I'm wearing my Slight Artist t-shirt again, which is a bit minging because I was wearing it yesterday, but I didn't wear it all day. I only wore it from the only wore it on the video, and that's clothing for magicians that are quite cool. So have a look at Magicish Store. That's not an affiliate link. I'm not paid or anything like that. Just like to mention good stuff. Right, I'll get on with it. Just people saying hello. Frankie's telecommuting from work and noticed you were on, so I thought I would listen. Good, thanks. And I said, where are you from? Northern part of California. I want to go to all those places. I'm very aware that I'm aging. I know we all are. It's not anything specific to me. Doesn't make me special, does it? But I'm very aware I'm aging. I haven't really done the States or those sort of places, and I'm excited to do that. So I think next year might be my time. Brulafu pulling apart nine-year-old twins from fighting. Other than that, a way to feed the neighbour's hamster. Watching the move. Yeah, watching on the move. Living the dream, man. Living the dream. You see, the twins, I think that later on that'll be easier though, because my kids are like 5 years apart, and that was really difficult because you couldn't do the same thing with them because they're into different things. So I think the twins must be very challenging and very beautiful at the same time. But yeah, I reckon that when they get, it's going to be lovely, isn't it? When they sort of look after each other and that. So anyway, there you go. Made his own Dyson Men prop, very good. Ezekiel, how you doing? Nice to see you. Gary, how are you? I hope all is well with you as well. JJ Herman, how you doing? Matt, how you doing? Martin Circus Skills Workshop. Hello, everybody. I'm really interested in what the giveaway is. A t-shirt. Well, no, it isn't. And let's have a look. It could have been, but it isn't. But it might be one day. You never know. Watching from Williamsburg, Virginia. Oh, all the places. It's beautiful here. All the places that are so exciting. And I'm obsessed with going to States. Always have been. I've been a bit. I've got on a cruise ship there and got off it and spent about an hour in New York. That was about it. But just being a movie fan and all those places I've seen all my life, I just really want to go there. It's beautiful here on a sunny day. Redwood trees. Ah. And state parks all over the place, great for hiking and camping, and there things are my favourite thing to do, and cycling, all sorts of things. You're from Leeds, Martin, just started raining at Sheffield, just up the road. Alness, Scottish Highland from Brian. Oh, what a, gosh, isn't the world a lovely place? Thanks, I love listening to what you're doing and where you're from and all that. It makes me feel connected. So let's do some comments. Oh, a lovely steak pie near Edinburgh, and what a lovely Edinburgh thing to make that is. I'm going to mention Fringe Mentalism with Dave Anick and Ken Dine, because a few people said they've seen this on and off the channel. There wasn't loads of comments, but a few people comment me. And I mean, it's great, you know, there's so much magic being released. Ridiculous. Many may say too much. Many may say that. I probably would say that as well. Oh, Dave Alec just popped up there. There you go. I'll add that to the broadcast. So yes, like so very much being released. So somebody releases something, you know, it could so easily get swamped, couldn't it? It's kind of becoming, yeah. So it's really nice sometimes when I can find a lovely little gem, and I wouldn't have found it had I not known Dave. David sent it to me, and I had that thing of, oh, I hope it's good because I know him. It's awkward, and absolutely loved it. So so check that out. It's, what is it? 17 quid. It's ridiculous how much it is when you think of what's being released. Yeah, too much magic, Ezekiel. I know. Hamster feeding in East Kilbride. Hamster feeding. Brilliant. So it was just it's great to watch, and lots of inspiration there. Lots of good info for people at any point of their journey, I think. So check that out. So anyway, yeah, find this whole thing fascinating. Going to be getting it for sure from Gary. And although, again, if you're just watching now, this is Fringe Mentalism. This is a discussion and taking a part of Dave's show from Ken Dine and David. And although it's got nothing to do with it, I had my Untrammeled delivered yesterday. Like you, I couldn't bring myself to break the seal on the letter or the gorgeous wrapping and spent 20 minutes gently teasing it open. Then another 20 minutes just coveting it. I know. It's funny that this is on the comment of a download, which of course you get no packaging, and you get this thing where you've kind of got this amazing. And I think someone said it's fun, isn't it? Because there's a purity with downloads that you're literally getting it for the thing itself, which is what we should be doing, shouldn't we? We shouldn't be getting things just because they look pretty. I've got books I'm scared to open because they look so pretty. So it's funny, isn't it? Aren't we ridiculous? It's very interesting, sounds great, kind of, yeah. So, again, I had comments off of here with people just saying, and, you know, chatting to people and saying they were going to check out. So I really, really hope they did. We'll get on to spring in a minute. We won't do the thumb fan one, the thumb fan, because there's a couple of comments on there. But spring one, right. So this is spring here. Now, oh yeah, giveaway. I've got a note here to say giveaway on my classy reminder. My other reminder is that, which I've been using for many a year. Spring giveaway. I'll give this away. I think I'm allowed to do that, aren't I? I haven't asked for permission, but I presume it's either that or it's going to get stuck on my shelf. Because I didn't give this a really positive review, but there's something that's niggling me. Something that's niggling me about this. Because I'm very aware that I didn't perform it well. And I just keep thinking, is there a way of doing this? Because if you see him perform on the trailer, he doesn't just do what I did. He does do when they're holding it. And I don't know, there's something that's intriguing me about it. So I'd like to almost, yeah, if I give it away, you got to work on it and then report back. So that's the giveaway. I don't know, what should we do? Someone tell me what to do for the giveaway. What I want the giveaway to be, because obviously people are going to be watching this afterwards, I want you to comment on the comments below the video, not these ones, and we'll find out what the comment can be in a minute. I quite like it when I say ask a question, because then it gives me some ideas for content, doesn't it? So that's the giveaway. And if you're thinking, oh, you're just giving it away if you didn't like it, I'm not. I haven't got loads of stuff at the moment. So I want you to, you know, to see what you think. And it's like $29. That's just not bad, is it? I'm not giving up on spring. Any ideas? Maybe adding some rope and yeah, okay. Spring still seems like a puzzle. It does, but I think partly was thinking it can be, if you don't know what it is, right, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to do it badly because I'll panic because I didn't know I was going to do it. So it's that thing. So you got that thing you get in Christmas crackers and you put it through there and you go like that. Oh, I've knackered it up. I've ballsed it up. Hang on. Oh, that's what you do. You go like that, give it out to someone, and they can't get it off. And then you do the reverse. So did I do that on camera then, or off camera? Make sure, tell me if I didn't. But that's the basic thing, and then there's lots more. I mean, the download is an hour. The hours of download. You know, so it did feel a little bit like a infomercial. you know, people have got infomercials and they kind of go, right, we've got to do an hour on this. I'm sure that wasn't the case, but I did think an hour was pushing it. Give it away, right? So I'm going to give that away in a minute. But anyway, comments on that. Dave Shepherd, about 20 years ago when I did a lot of kids shows, I used to give away bunches of spring puzzles to the kids via birthday kids, which was a great idea. As a goodie bag item, those kids are now in their late 20s and early 30s. I know none of them will be fooled or amazed by this. Steve, you're exactly right about this one. Yeah, so it's going to be someone said about geographically, maybe there's something geographically, and I thought that in England it might be a big thing in Christmas crackers. I'm not sure it is in the States, so let me know. Mexi, another one I was planning to review on the People's Palace of Prestidigitation. You beat me before I found the time. Yeah. Many years ago, I used to do Ring and Spring as part of a longer routine. Ah, nice. Where I was just playing this off as a puzzle to lead into the magic, and it worked great for that. Not sure I'd be willing to present it as magic now. This is the thing, isn't it? And that's what I was going to say earlier, is that mentioning the puzzle and then doing something that doesn't look like it is that. It's a bit, you know, the Lincoln Rings, you know, I always worry that when I get the Lincoln Rings up, people know it's done because it's in kids' magic sets. But then you can use that, because even if they know that, they see things in it that make them think it can't be that. Like Axel Hecklau talks about, you've got to give them out to be examined at the beginning of the routine as part of the routine. And so, and it's not the same as giving them out afterwards. That's a different thing, because to me that can sort of dilute it most of the time. But maybe using that is a different thing, rather than trying to pretend, hope they don't know what it is. It's cool. Maybe use it from Robert Ball. Maybe use a bigger ring that may make it more magical, or even better. You mentioned Lincoln Rings. Maybe start with one of the rings, and thus puzzle will lead into the Lincoln Rings. Yeah, so it could be part of a kind of an addition. Yeah, I mean, what they have done with it, which is good. They've made that bigger. It isn't like it's a small one, isn't it, on the other one? Maybe you could do something like start with a little one. No, I'm just about to say something ridiculous and really silly there. Poor reactions. All right, yeah. Magic Man, the poor reactions may be a geographical thing, as you said. Everyone in the UK is familiar with it because of Christmas crackers. In other parts of the world where it's less well known, it may play better. I'd still rather do a Ninja Ring routine over this. The moment I saw the trailer, I had the same reaction from Tom Rolfe. This is a puzzle that many people will be familiar with, and I don't see a place for it in my show. David Moore, awaiting mine that I ordered a month ago. Hopefully, can find a way to perform it so it gets bigger. Yeah, I do think there's got to be a way. Began Bros, how you doing? Yeah, you've missed some gold from me. You came in late, but honestly, it's been just absolute. I'm like a what's the word? I can't think of it. So yeah, let us know how you get on with it. It's a puzzle all day long. We had the longest day, and then we had the longest day yesterday. Alan Lawler, honestly review, Steve, I find this trick very boring, and as soon as someone sees you take this out, they'll be straight away feel it's a gimmick. And why would you have something like this with you? Yeah, I mean, I think that doesn't bother me as much. I know it does for some people. I think if you have something weird with you, you need to talk about it and justify it in a way that isn't protesting too much, but, you know, to kind of go, to find something around it. And maybe it is about the I never heard of the puzzle. I should go out more often. Not at all, Frankie. It might be, like you said, a geographical thing. There's a couple of interesting comments on the. Oh, don't self. Oh yeah, no, I thought I closed it down. On the Magician's Forum, and I've kind of been given permission. So let's have a look. I remember seeing this performed a long time ago, and the ring went on the spring. I thought, so what? It seemed like that is what is supposed to happen. It doesn't hit until you try and do it and can't. It doesn't actually work like you imagined it would. Yeah. There's the dilemma. Oh, this is from Evil Dan. Yes, is that how you say it? And there's the dilemma. You have to let someone try it in order for it to work, which means that you give your props to someone, which is something I don't like to do. And if you have to have a group of people, how many have to try it? Yeah, there's that as well, isn't there? Them kind of passing it around. How many will not let you rest until you let them try it and see for themselves? And there's a difference. See, I quite like leaving people with a card. You do a card trick and they think maybe there's got to be something wrong with the card. Like classic one is Anniversary Waltz, all right? So they're looking, they're trying to peel the card apart. And I quite like that, because the trick's finished and you're kind of leaving them with that. And then they know it's not that. That's a different, isn't it, between you having to give it them and then wait to get it back. It's just kind of, so that's, and you know, the bottle food table, I love it when I walk away from the table and they're kind of tapping the table because they're convinced I've put hole in the table, which again, I wouldn't be that committed. For me, it's just bad all round. It doesn't do much. You have to let others try it before it becomes magical, if you want to call it that. There's also the issue that some may have seen it or something similar at a restaurant or bar to keep patrons occupied while they wait for the food and drinks. So it's reorganized as a puzzle. I think it would be pretty hard to elevate it as a piece of magic. Thank you for that. Great review, Steve. Your dilemma of spring and ring is understandable. It's a puzzle market as a magic effect. It's from Frederick. Puzzles and magic are not mutually exclusive. This is a good point, as Robert Neal has shows us in his books. Bob has proved time and time again that they can coexist quite nicely. I think they can. And there's a kind of honesty to a puzzle, and it can be, and maybe there's that. You know, maybe you present as a puzzle and it's a fun thing before you then do a kind of closing magic trick. Because I like the Ben Harris book, you know. I'm having a mental block. With the paper folding, you know, the impossible paper. I'm going to completely machinations. That's it. Yeah, and that's again very puzzly. But then that's how you present it. You wouldn't go up to a table, do that, and just walk away and leave. That's it. And I think that maybe it is all about the presentation. Maybe the mistake was to try and elevate it to more than what it was. Maybe that's it. Maybe if you just bring something out, like Ben did with Machinations, and say, this is a cool puzzle type thing, here's loads of stuff you can do with it, which I really enjoy playing with that. And I showed a few people and they really enjoyed it, but I wasn't sort of selling it as a miracle. So maybe that's the key, is to kind of, be more clear about what it is. Okay, it's a puzzle. And they do say that. It's based on the long forgotten puzzle, which clearly isn't forgotten, as a lot of you have pointed out. But I think that's maybe it's in the market, and a lot of people are. You know, I did a video, didn't I, about how hyping stuff, and there's a kind of, we all know that stuff has to be hyped to a certain level, or well, it doesn't have to be, but it does help, but then it can go over the top and people can feel disappointed. The rub with the spring and ring is that for me it falls into the trap of I can do something you can't, which leaves a bad taste with the spectator. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld put it this way: all magic is here's a quarter, now it's gone, you're a joke, now it's back, you're an idiot, show's over. I think if you're careful, you can do that. I can do something you can't in a way that's fun rather than insulting. I think that you've got to be careful with it. And don't get me wrong, there is a lot of magic that makes people feel silly, and I've had that before. I've presented stuff and I've gone, oh, that didn't feel right, because now they feel, the card in the mouth's a classic one. When you're doing an ambitious card routine and you do the one where they push the card in and they look up and it's in your mouth, you've got to play that so it's not everybody laughing at the person. Now, if they're the right sort of person, I'll be fine with that and they'll laugh as well. So if you're good at picking the sort of people, but I think of, a few times when they've gone off, I feel silly, and I go, that's not you, it's me. This happens every time. And you do a softener after that or before it. But yeah, you've got to be careful with it. A good friend who reviewed it for one of the large magic organizations told me that he showed it to some friends. They immediately remembered it from their childhood, although they couldn't remember the solution when immediately found it on the web using their phone. Yeah, and I suppose they can with a lot of magic tricks as well. That's the other problem, with so many magic tricks being released. Is they're kind of easy. I suppose they're easy to find, but that's where, if you can't, that's why I like performing. It's going off topic a little bit, but that's why I like performing sleight of hand magic, and kind of improvising, jamming around it, because it's harder for people to kind of be able to describe and therefore Google. But that's part of the problem we've all got, isn't it? There's so much better magic one can perform. The spring and ring is best left in the puzzle box. Thank you very much. From Mike, this is a nice bit of feedback actually. I like it when people give me feedback, and I love the honesty of the review, but some constructive feedback. The review didn't start until 2:18, and you don't have to push your magic course in every single video. This stuff has less of my interest in your channel, which I used to watch religiously. Maybe I'm in the minority, but maybe it's something to think about. I think that's a really nicely put bit of feedback. I do think about it an awful lot, and I did watch that actually, and sort of, I thought I've waffled quite a lot here. Maybe I should edit it, but I couldn't go back and film it with the time I had because I wanted to get it out. So I do get it. It is something I battle with. I don't like mentioning the course in every video, but it's becoming my living, and this sometimes is the only. I know I've got Facebook advertising going out at the moment, but that's only finite. So if there is no course and I don't get a certain number of sign-ups, I can't therefore afford to be able to spend my time doing this. And I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love doing this and I love it. But it's that thing of if 200 people see a video, that's 200 people that know about the course that might not have known about it before. So I'm taking it on board, what I'm saying, Mike, and I'm going to get on to your thing about this in a minute. I am going to try and make it a little bit more concise and be a bit less rambly at the beginning, and I had that in my head at the beginning of this video as well. So hopefully that wasn't 4 minutes long, but we'll see. Anyway, he says about this, I thought when this came out there was so much wrong with it, and thank you for that feedback as well. It's an old puzzle that many people know. It's easily Googled and you can find small cheap versions of it for as little as 99 cents. If I were to do a penetration effect, I can think of so many better ways to do it, and with props that are easier to carry. From linking rings to ring and string to rubber bands to shrapnel for peri-nails chained. There are so many penetrations I would rather perform in so many smaller props I would rather carry. Perhaps as a finale to a linking ring routine which can be handed out and thrown them off the idea of a key ring. Yeah, that's a fairly good idea, but then why would you just do it with two? Absolutely. But what do I know? I've seen many reviews and opinions say it's brilliant. Really? Okay, so I purposely haven't looked at other reviews of it because I didn't want it to skew my review. And what you know is that you're a magician, Mike, and your opinion is just as valid as everybody else's, and very much just as valid, if not more than mine, because I've seen so much now I can't see the wood for the trees sometimes. So I think it's a really valid point, and yeah, it's a shame that I haven't seen much positive feedback yet for this, because I feel that it's there. I just think there is something in it if done a certain way, but maybe not. And you know what? At least with this, you kind of, the trailer shows you what it can do. There's no kind of weird cutting. That is what you do. So I suppose you can see the trailer, look at a review or two, you know exactly what you're going to get. You know it is that, so there's your choice. And by the way, I think you can, even with all those reservations, because we're comparing this to certain magic tricks and what's out there, this is still going to be a piece of entertainment for someone around a dinner party that might not have seen much magic before. So it's something cool, it's something to get out, it's something interesting. So, there's something to it. I think it's a bit overpriced at $29. Yes, giveaway. I'll give it away in a minute and see what you think. So, it was you, wasn't it, that was kept saying to me when you're going to do a giveaway. So, do you have any recommendations on tournament store newspaper? I certainly do. Axel Heckler's one. I've performed it. It's brilliant. But saying the Gene Anderson one, they're all good. It's what I love Axel Heckler's one because I just think it just looks so amazingly clean. But whatever one you do, if it's one of the well-known ones, it's going to play strongly, I think. They all, to a layperson, they all look very similar. But I just found Axel's one just great. Learn with a pro, I look forward to hearing it. Yay. I hate to say this, but this is a quick way to make money, the spring trick, rather than try and invent something better. Awful trick. And that's from Andy Woodhouse. And there is, we all know that organizations have to make money, have to make a certain amount of money. And I don't know, I part of me thinks that not many people would purposely put something out and send it to review if they genuinely didn't have some faith in it. You'd think, because, these days, you could do it years ago when there was no internet, when I was a young whippersnapper, and you could put something out there and people wouldn't find out it was bad, other than from newspaper, so it was a lot harder then. You could get away with a lot more. But I tend to kind of try and give people the benefit of the doubt and go, well, maybe there's something that they believe is good in it. But you're quite right. Somebody might just go and bang a few of these out, make a few quid. And maybe they really need the money, and that's right. We've still got a choice to buy it or not, haven't we? And like I said, this is an honest trick. It is what you get. You're not going to get it and think you're going to get anything rather than what you get. Axel has a wonderful tournament store newspaper. Love Axel's Magic from Frankie. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So I think that's it. Thanks. So note taken. I'm going to try and waffle a bit less, to be a bit more concise. I can't make any promises, but I'll do my best. Thank you so much. Giveaway time. I nearly forgot then. I've got it written everywhere. It's like... So what you got to do for the giveaway is, I make other videos that are not just reviews. I've got the card moves ones, which I think people like. Patrick Page does Tom Cocker Official, does have, he has a good version of everything, doesn't he? Tournament stored paper effect where it doesn't require any setup apart from 2 identical newspapers. Very good. Have you reviewed or played with snaps? No, but I've heard good things about it. So anyway, spring. Right, so not on this bit, but I make the other videos, don't I, sometimes, like Naki card moves. So your thing to get one of these, and you've got a good chance, because it's not going to be hundreds and hundreds of people, when this video goes onto the channel after it's live, on the bit below, I want you to give me some ideas what you'd like me to make videos on, rather than just reviews. So anything other than reviews you'd like me to, any questions you want answered that you want me to make a video on, or any other ideas for little series, be aware it's hard for me to do anything that takes massive amount of time. So reviewing books takes huge amount of time. To go and read 10 books for a video is going to take me a lot longer. So something that is, based on my existing knowledge, which may, arguably isn't much, that you'd want to know about and want me to make a video of. So put that under the comments when this video is live on YouTube, after it's live, but when it goes up, and I will send you, with the knowledge that it might cost me quite a lot, depending where you are in the world, this here spring, and that's this. And I'll do more giveaways. I'll try and do a video. Oh, don't say that, Steve. I'll try and do a giveaway every Thursday. All right. I'll try and do a giveaway. A giveaway on videos every Thursday, but it might be rubbish. So some of them might be terrible. But I'll definitely, yeah, there you go. Videos and theory and character development. Right, Jim, you got to put that on the comments afterwards, so I've got a bit of software that picks one from random, and then I'll send you that. Right, see you later, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. It does mean an awful lot. Check out onlinemagic.co after this. Do it now. I'm going to get ready for the live session for that, where we're going to have a great chat with one of our members that just auditioned for the Magic Castle. I'm going to tell us about that. That's easy. Yeah, giveaway every Thursday. I'll try. I can't make promises, but again, don't get excited. If I forget sometimes, it might be something like that pen. So, there you go. Right, I'm going now. 32 minutes. God, I waffled, don't I? Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.